internet, welcome back to the channel. And now, if you, I was gonna say, do you know who has an intro like that? Good morning, internet. If you do, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop it down in the comments, and maybe I'll, at the end of this episode, if I don't forget, tell you who has an intro like that. Here's a little hint. If you like motorbikes, you probably watch her. But anyways, look at this. The shop is missing a truck. And I think I like this. I think unless we're actively working on one, I think I should kick it out. I'm also not gonna polish trucks inside anymore because I really don't like the dust that it creates, because then everything needs to be cleaned. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind cleaning, but I don't like cleaning everything at once. Yeah, here's the remnants of my huge oil spill I had. So I don't think I shared it on YouTube. I talked about it on Facebook actually. When I dumped the oil from Duke Kaboom into buckets, I was trying not to make a mess, and I dumped 5 gallons of used oil on the floor. It was a huge mess. I ended up using a shop vac to suck it up. Probably not recommended, but you know what? It was like trying to clean up 5 gallons of oil off a cement floor, not an easy task. So my shop vac, wet dry vac, it worked like a hot dang. Sucking up used oil, I don't necessarily recommend it, but when you got a huge mess like that, guys gotta do what a guy's gotta do. So, and I'm a little unshaven today because you know what? It's the weekend, and being that I shave all week, it's scruffy weekend time, so. But there we go. We got Duke's engine out. I'm kind of, I think it had some oil leaks before, because looking at all the oil that's down there and messing the frame, and look at the clutch. The clutch is not that old, so that's fantastic. So we're gonna reuse that clutch. And fun thing is happening today. My nephew Curtis is coming out to polish low and slow, because he's like, Uncle Mike, you need to polish those tanks on low and slow. And I'm like, I know. But it's like, you know, I got so many projects. I'm working full time. I got kids graduating. I got a wife, and you know what that's like when the wife wants to do stuff and you're like, all right, let's go do it. But anyway, so that's awesome. Of course, we've got the new tank. And when I say new tank, I mean used tank. So Curtis is gonna polish that up. I think polish that cover. I don't think we're gonna polish the back wheels because they're machine finished, and I think until they get, like, they're shiny right now, so when they get yucky, we'll polish them. See how he does. I'll get the tanks polished on this one of these days, but I don't know that it's priority right now. But I know in the last episode I showed you guys the engine bay. Now that this is dry, excuse me, I'm going to try and unsheath all my lines and go through with brake clean or a solvent just to clean it as best I can, so that it you know, isn't all oily and greasy. You can see the front of the transmission well this morning, and of course I cleaned up all the grease splatter. Clutch brake, that's what it is. It's a clutch brake. So that is your clutch brake. So I'll be putting a new one of those on because you always should. And I just sprayed everything down there with, look at that, there's a little mosquito on my arm. Little bastard. Ah. Hate mosquitoes, and there's a lot of them. But okay, focus. We're going to yeah, I just gave it a coating of WD-40 so that it doesn't rust. But Duke is, it's coming along. It's coming along. So what I was thinking about doing today, you know, Dad wants to take his backhoe back because he's got some stuff to do. My brother wants to borrow it because he's got a container to move. So we're gonna haul it away with low and slow. I'll probably record that because why not? But before it goes, I hate this ROPS cab, and it completely dictates that it's a ex-Lumberjay truck. So today my goal is to take this off, and I think I'm going to take the hydraulic tank off in that because it's ugly if I'm gonna run hydraulics, I want a nice aluminum hydraulic tank. So yeah, we're gonna, if all goes well today, take the ROPS cab off. I think I got to take that hydraulic tank off to get at the bolts, which no big deal. I got empty pails, and take those goofy half fenders off. So, because I don't like them. I don't like them at all. This is Curtis, my nephew. He's gonna help me out by polishing Low and Slow, because he agrees. Low and Slow needs some loving, and she's not looking too stellar with no visor. That tape line I put on the window is kind of a reference as to where I think the drop visor will come down to. Not sure I'm gonna like that, but we got it, so I'm gonna run it. And I talked to the 12 gauge, and they said they just don't do many Cabover visors, so the guys forgot to throw in the hardware, so they already shipped it out for me. Thanks a million, 12 gauge. And then they don't pre-drill the holes on the side of the cab because they've seen some inconsistencies with the cabs. So the holes haven't always been in the same spot, so that's why they leave it blank, so you have to drill them out yourself, which, not gonna lie, makes me a little nervous. But yeah, so I'm leaving that visor off for when the hardware gets here. When the hardware gets here, we're gonna put it on. If I need help from our body shop, I'll go and seek help. But in the meantime, we're gonna polish the tanks with Curtis's help. And I ordered some longer wheel studs, so when the longer wheel studs come in, then I can put the aluminum front wheels on it. Maybe we can polish the battery box cover today. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, just lots of work. Because we got that truck, and that truck, and that truck. Oh yeah, and those two trucks over there. One of the things that I'm working on behind the scenes is Stubby. I need registration. So in Canada, in British Columbia, we call it a registration. In I believe that's equivalent to a title in the US. So I got this without a registration. Basically bought it as a salvage piece, but it's too good for salvage. So I can apply to get a registration. I got to get a letter notarized stating where I bought it, how I bought it, and then give that to ICBC, which is our provincial insurance company, because we don't have private insurance in British Columbia. It's all the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia. And then I can get a registration. And then once I know I can drive it, because if I can't get a registration, then it's basically a parts truck, and we don't want that. But you know, Murphy's Law, if I go and get it running and do all this and can't drive it, then that would suck. So when I get the registration, we're doing the transmission. So I'm gonna get on that, because that's all it needs is a transmission done. And now that I fix the wiring harness, we can drive it. You know, and I need to fix the window that doesn't go down and stuff. But yeah, so anyways, that's an update on Stubby, and it's kind of sitting in the trees. Almost looks like this is how trucks end up in the bush. So I've got good English. No, I'm keeping this in mind because I don't want to have trucks that go back to dust. But I was even thinking, do I keep this deck and just fix it? Because it's already here. But the only thing I don't like is trying to get in the frame rails under there. You really can't get in there, so. And you know, it is kind of rotten in spots. But I like this idea. So I think maybe what I will do is we'll rip this deck off. I'm gonna leave this back plate for a tow plate because it is a Stubby truck. But I like the fifth wheel and I like the idea of this deck. So we're just gonna make another one that doesn't have rust holes. I mean, we might run this one for a while until we get it. And I gotta do firewood. So much to do. So much to do, so little time. Someone talked about I procrastinate too much, and they're spot on. But you know what? It's hard. It's really hard. And right now I'm storing the hood and the radiator for Duke in there. But what I might do is pull the hood and the radiator out, put that in the shop, so that one of these weekends I can get this loaded with firewood. Because anybody that deals with firewood knows it should be seasoned. So like really I should have this all bucked and split and stacked up so it can dry. I mean, the beauty of the wood boiler is it'll burn it either way, but you get more BTUs out of drier firewood. So might have to see about hiring someone to cut firewood, you know, or maybe I could get a hockey team to come in and, you know, donate $500 or something to their team and their stuff if they just come out and bucket, split it, stack it. That'd be money well spent. It'd be supporting a good cause too. But there's Curtis going to town. Curtis is a 3rd generation Chamberlain truck driver too. He actually drives for one of my customers, Burke Enterprises, and he's got one of the new 367 high hoods, which he absolutely loves. And not just because I work at Peterbilt, but yeah, great company to work for. Earl's a real cool guy, and he's a little younger than me, been doing it his whole life, same as me. His dad was a trucker as well. Yeah, and his son is driving too, so they're 3rd generation as well. But yeah, you know what? If you're looking for a good career, think about trucking. You know what? The young people need to look at trucking as, and maybe the stigma needs to change about it, but it's a good career. You know what? It's not easy, not gonna lie, it's not easy, but you know what? You make decent money, it's a lot of fun, and yeah. But anyways, quit talking, Mike, more working, as Twin Stick Garage would say. Is it twin? Yeah. Less talk, more work. That's hard for me too, because I really like to talk. But anyways, gotta get this off. Focus. It's a pretty decent chain hanger, I gotta tell you, as far as chain hangers go. I'll just set those on that tire for now. Ow. Okay, so I don't think it's basically only held on by 4 half-inch bolts there and 4 up there. So in theory, if I undo all those bolts, we can get her off. And this is tacked on. So I'm gonna get my cutting wheel. We'll just zip that off. So this toolbox is tacked down, and it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of not gonna work. So I'm gonna see if I can pry it out of here, because it was tacked down with weld, and I can't get in there with my grinder, and I need to be able to take these hoses off, I think. So we're gonna try something here. Well, I'm gonna crawl underneath here in the dirt. One thing about it, it isn't as nice as the shop floor, but it's nice and bright, and that is the beauty of working outside. But I'm gonna see if I get the impact on from underneath. Otherwise I'm gonna have to torch all these bolts because they won't turn from the other side. But Curtis is polishing away. What a good guy. It's kind of awesome, really. Okay. We look under here, it's yeah, I'm not going to be able to get a wrench on those top bolts. These bottom ones I might be able to, so I'll give it a whirl, because every one that we can get that we don't have to torch is one that we don't have to torch. Where'd my other mitten go? My glove. I should wear gloves more often. This thing definitely needs a good sandblast and paint. Okay, so let's see if I can get this in there. Oh yeah. But I'm gonna try an extension. I don't have an impact extension, but run what you brung. I think it's a torture. Torture-rooski. I just realized they're all fine thread bolts. Fine thread bolts don't like to come off when they're rusted. Dang it. Well, you know what? Maybe that's easier. Because at the end of the day, we'll just torch the suckers. Hot knife. Don't waste a bunch of time, Mike. Don't waste a bunch of time. It's not easy. It's not easy when your face is sweating and your goggles fog up. My glasses are all wet. Alrighty. That was hard. But all the bolts on this ROPS cab are done on this side. So this side's gonna be a little bit trickier. So I'm gonna have to take the hydraulic oil tank off. So I'm gonna drain the oil, pull the strap, get the tank off, and then I can torch those bolts. I'm gonna leave the cooler strapped on. The Webasto is actually mounted to the truck. So I'll leave that there. And hopefully I can pull this thing straight up without wrecking too much. Or wrecking anything, actually. That's the goal. So I'm going to pull the suction line off and see how much I can recover. It's just that easy. Just gotta heat it up. Well, I got the hydraulic tank off. And look at that. I got all the bolts taken off, and there's the little Webasto. Now, these generally don't like to work if they haven't been used in a while. But this hose is gonna go with the ROPS cab. The cooler's gonna stay on it. I've got to snip these wires, snip the light wire on the other side, and this is not mounted to the ROPS cab, but I got to unhook the water lines because they loop over this pipe, which is, and yeah, I think I'll do it that way. Maybe I should just unbolt it. I might even just unbolt it, because really I'm not going to use a Webasto back here anyways. So before I wreck it, not that I would try to wreck it, but you know, stuff happens. As much as we would like it to not happen, if you're gonna do, sometimes stuff happens. That's it. And it's just, you just can't get away from it. Well, unless you're a professional, but I am not a professional. Not at this. Well, I guess I am. I'm a jack of all trades. Jack of all trades, master of none. Better than a master of one. Isn't that how it goes? But anyways, so I just got to finish up that, and look at the job Curtis is doing. Look at this. It looks fantastic. The only downside to this tank that I got, it's got a little dent there, which you can't help but see. But you know what the best part is? It's the right tank for this truck. So maybe one day when I'm rich and famous, I can afford to get a brand new tank. But for now, this used tank with a little dent, it's okay. Slow and steady wins a race. It is a beautiful day. I'm surprised I haven't seen any rabbits yet. Because, well, maybe when the sun goes down. Because last night, the rabbit was just, he was everywhere. You know, he was checking it out, and he wasn't scared. But anyways, I'm gonna enjoy a frosty A&W root beer. And then I'm gonna drag this thing forward after airing up the brakes. Then I'm gonna use the backhoe attachment and pull that ROPS cab off safely, just like OSHA would like and approve. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. There. know what they say, guys. Sketchy is as sketchy does. I think maybe for Christmas we should try and get Dad's brakes fixed. I'm just saying. Because if we're going to borrow the backhoe, it'd be kind of key to have brakes. Because I'm not putting that engine in with the backhoe. Forget that. I'll hire someone to come out with a crane. But, that is one ugly contraption off. Now look at that. Look at how nice the back of that cab looks. Now let's get those ugly fenders off. Yeah, let's do that. Well, what do y'all think? I didn't like those makeshift ramps, so I took them off. This side's not quite as good as this side, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna probably touch it up a little bit more, but I was being careful as to not nick the frame. Although at this end of the truck, it doesn't matter if you weld on the frame back here is what I'm trying to say. So we got the look at all this stuff. We got the toolbox off, the bast off, got the hydraulic tank off, got the hydraulic tank brackets off. I did make an air leak though, and this is a problem cutting and welding with plastic line right there. Let's see that. So, but anyways, quick fix will fix that. Now it's all ready to pressure wash, and then I can sandblast it and paint it. I think I'm probably going to do it blue, since you guys all said I should just keep it blue. And so that's what we'll do. I also got to take these stupid taillights off. I don't like those, so, but I'm pooped out for today, so I've done just about all the cutting and welding and that I want to do. Well, actually, I didn't do any welding, but the cutting part. Oh, you know, look at how nice it is to have this off. But there is a bunch of scale. It's funny because a good paint on the tail frame or on the frame starts kind of there, and then here it's all scaly and ugly. But I think we caught her just in time. You know that. You know that, guys? There's a little bit of rust there. I mean, eventually it will probably get rust jacking, but in the meantime, we're gonna get her sandblasted and painted, put some nice fenders on it, and a deck plate, and figure out what I'm gonna do with it then. Oh, and an engine. We gotta do the engine. But so anyways, guys, that's it for me. If you're wondering who the YouTuber was at the beginning of the video when I said I always start their video with "Good morning, Internet," it is Itchy Boots. So Itchy Boots is a Dutch woman that's motorbiking from South America all the way up to Alaska. So she'll actually be coming through Prince George. Yeah, she's in Mexico right now. But I enjoy your videos, and yeah, if you like adventure riding, check out Itchy Boots. It's pretty cool. Good scenery, and kudos to her for driving across country by yourself, because Mexico, I don't know. There's a lot of cartel stuff going on that's a little sketchy, but ooh, and let's go check on Cooper. And when I say Cooper, I mean Curtis. Well, there's a butterfly. Oh yeah, look at this. Ooh. You know the problem with this now? It makes my back wheels look like I need to polish those too one of these days. Because right now they're just machine finish, so.
Well, not a professional job, but
it's pretty darn good.
not too bad for an amateur.
That's right. That's what we are here. We're amateurs, but we try. I think you might need a shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get the other side done, or?
Nope.
Oh. Alrighty. Oh, the cab is leaked down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cabover issues. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cheers. Peace. Later. I think I need a cold snack. Yeah, definitely need one.